It would be a drag from Lake Manapuri to the dam at Tianao on the upper Waiau to determine a seeding order for day one. First though, competitors had to transport downstream from the Queen's Reach launch site, ready for the 3 p.m. start. Like his new race boat's paint job, Mike Pooley was shining, finding the straightest lines as expected.
Oh, it's a bit calmer there. We like the flat stuff. Yeah, that was good. Had a good day.
Who's likely to be quickest up there, do you think?
Oh, John and Roger probably.
He was right. Roger and Ben Preston stole the early march on the field, the wide open stretches suiting the big horsepower. And the father and son duo covered the 21 kilometres in 7 minutes and 36 seconds to post fastest time. John Derry was in the mix too, but keeping the boat in the water is where the speed is, and NZ1 gave second spot away to Mike Pooley. The fourth gas turbine, Golden Homes, was just 16 seconds behind Derry, but Tom Kelly was very lucky.
I think we've got our clearances a bit wrong, our shimming a bit out. Just had a bit of a shake and it's bound up slightly. We got to the top all right, but it didn't like it coming back to the trailer, so we know what it is.
The early lifeline means no penalties to affect the rest of his week.
We'll get back to where we're starting, sort it all out. Got a test run in the morning.
A-Class honours was all Justin Hills, and he pounced on the Silverback racing team for good measure, relegating the remainder of A-Class to follow. One of two returning to competition after an absence, and Holland in a twin-turbocharged Nissan V8.
You want a bad run?
There's a few pressure waves in there, though.
Oh yeah, we found a few of them. Yeah.
What does that do, both to the boat and
Oh, it just throws you around a bit. Oh yeah, it gives you a wake-up call at times. You just got to be careful, you know. But yeah.
Time trial only, no big deal, but you're pleased to have that behind you?
Yeah, for sure. No, it's good to get back in the seat. Really enjoyed it.
Damien Pulley was the other returning to the water after several years away. He and Paul Cross campaigning John Derry's smaller boat to bring some competition to A-Class.
Good fun actually, good to have another go at this, and really enjoyed just a short run like that just to get a bit of a feel of it, and it was good. This is a CX boat, but stepping up just to make a class, basically make numbers up for them, so happy to do that, it's fine.
Well, what about being in the other seat?
It's a wee bit weird, but hey, it is what it is. I thought I'd be a wee bit more nervous than I was, but it's all good. We'll get into racing tomorrow and stand on the gas pedal.
Callum McKenzie pulled in A36, but that didn't count, given he was in CX class. But the mover and shaker in CX was coaster David Robinson. 666 was up on step, hauling in the Otago Robinson, Craig, in Radioactive. Steve Rapsey was right on his tail though, second fastest CX, with Richie Foster home third in class. Byron Campbell couldn't exercise his usual dominance over the field, his smaller monohull less agile on this drag strip. Riley Smith was going for first in fashion in FX, not racing today, with Lee Harrison having his measure. But it's early days.
If you're not fast, you've got to look good in the pits, I've always been told, so we're running with that this week.
Tell me what it was like out there.
It was very similar to the Clofer. A couple of pressure waves we hit and bounced, but apart from that it was just flat the whole way. It was a good run to get into the week, really.
The third FX, Greg Wilson, rounded out the 21 boat field, and tomorrow the fastest outright will lead off in the Waiau from Tuatapere. Roger Preston will be looking to extend his early lead on home rivers.